Hi, welcome to Get a Clue, Casual Gamer, where we get a clue, C-L-U-E, about a game. And today we're going to be looking at a creepy, maybe not so creepy, game called Campy Creatures. Campy Creatures, perfect for this time of year. Woo. But if you know me, you know I don't like horror, but I love campy. So, Campy Creatures, let's get a clue about this game. C for components. What are you going to find when you open this box? You're going to find the instruction book and the score. This is a scoring and the clashometer board, which also will hold the locations and the extra assistance that will be coming into the game throughout the game. You will find cards that says locations on it. There will be, I believe, 6 regular locations and 3 final location choices. And each one has an ability. For instance, this final location is the Uncharted Island. And its ability is to score for your highest strength creature left in hand. 0 to 3, you get 3 points. 4 to 7, you get 4 points. 8, and there's only one 8 card, you get 5 points. So that can be a nice little extra points at the end of the game. You will also get cards that say, the Campy Creatures cards, which are the monster cards, which is what you're going to have. There are 5. Oops, drop that. That's okay. I'll get it later. That you will get 5. This game plays 2 to 5 players, so there are 5 separate sets. Each one has a different color and a different shaped eye, and each one will have the same exact deck. It's just this shows which monster it belongs to. You have the blob. That's where 0. But they each have their own power. You have 1, that's the swamp creature, and there are actually 2 2s. You get to pick which one you want to use, but it is suggested your first game to stick with the Invisible Man and not the Demogorgon. Yeah, no. Oops, sorry. 3 is the Mummy. 4 is the Invader. 5 is the Werewolf. 6 is the Vampire. 7 is the Beast. And 8 is the Kaiju. And those will be the same monsters that everyone else has and the same points that everyone else has to work with. So there are 5 sets of these. Then you need, because you're the monster, you need some mortals to capture. And they're all sorts of mortals. There are engineers, which can be helpful or hurtful. If you have an odd number, it's a -2. If you have an even number at the end of each round, it's a +3. But there are also assistants and teenagers. You got deep sea divers that take away a point. The hunter takes away 3 points. Then you have archaeologists and damsels and cosmonauts that are worth specific points. It's just, yeah, and repeats of some of these. So you're going to have a deck full of mortals. Then you will also have, these wooden things that have, you see that's one creature's eye. There's another creature's eye. There are 5 of these in here, and they will go in the clashometer. They stack up in a row, in a column on the clashometer, and you need to know the game to know when to use them, but they're there. You'll also get a little token that has all the different, the different shaped eyes, and these are used on the scoring path. Okay? You want to score on the scoring path with those little wooden eyes staring up at you. And that's it. That's what you're going to find inside this box. Now, it's a pretty box. It's a very nice, hefty box. I love the insides. Very pretty. Very well done. They could have ignored them, but they gave us some extra monsters. There is an expansion to this, and Z Garcia on the Dice Tower really suggests that you get the expansion. And I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to E for ease. So the next letter is L. C is for components, L is for length. How long does this game take to play? Manufacturer says 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah. I say give it 30 minutes. It's not a long game, but it's also not a 5-minute game. It plays over 3 rounds. So I can see, you could maybe play it in 20 minutes, especially once everyone knows the rules. It goes pretty quickly once you know what you're looking for and what you want to, how you want to use your monsters. So 20 to 30 minutes sounds pretty good. U for uniqueness. Does this game remind me of any other game? Well, first of all, excuse me, my nose I got allergies. I love the Campy Creatures, and that reminds me of the game. Let's see if I can find it, or do I have it? Did I take it out for something else? It should be. Oops, I'm uncrossing my legs, which is going to jump. Sorry. Oh, there it is, way down here. Where can you see it? No, it's below the camera. It's way down there. Horrified. I've done a video on Horrified, and I invite you last year, probably at this time last year, because it's again campy monsters, the Universal monsters. So this reminds me of those old movies as well, those 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, tacky old campy creature movies. It is it's kind of. It's a little bit like a blind auction, and also creating sometimes you're wanting to create sets. You want to get as many teenagers as you can. You want to get as many assistants as you can. If you get one of the engineers, you really want to get a second one so that you have an even number rather than an odd number of them, because an odd is a -2 and even is a +3. That's a 5-point difference by getting that one extra engineer. So there's a little bit of set collection, blind bidding, and it's definitely a little bit of a gotcha as well. Some of those powers on those monsters, you can force someone to get rid of a card, or you can get rid of one of your cards, or you can swap a card. There's different things that come up with those different monsters. So yeah, that's kind of what it reminds me of, those kind of games. And the last letter is E for ease. How easy is it to learn, teach, play? How easy is it to find? How easy is it on your pocketbook? Learn, teach, play. If somebody, I've played it with 2 totally different people at totally different times, and by the end of the first round, we were starting to understand what we were supposed to go with. By the end of the second round, it was like, man, I wish we had more rounds, because this, now I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Really, you quickly do it. Once that first game is over, play it again so that you can really cement and use a little bit of that strategy that you finally figure out. Plus, also, you've seen all the possible cards you can get. Now in the next round, they're being reshuffled, but still, you have an idea of what's coming up. So yeah, there's a little bit of strategy there, but it's really not hard. I do like that they have a quick start on the back cover, so that can get you started quickly. But the rule book is pretty clear. These are the components, and how many things you should do depending on how many players there are. this is the game setup, and then talks about the different kinds of cards. There, this is explaining, and then it's like, how does a turn work? How do you play this game? And there, end of round, end of game. So this really right here is the whole game instruction. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty easy. And then it explains the different abilities on the cards in case you don't recognize or don't completely understand it. You can look it up. And then the location rewards. It just lists everything. But truthfully, open up to the middle where the staples are, and that is the whole game. And if you just want a quick start, especially once you know the game and you just want to know how many cards do I have to give people if we have 3 people playing, yeah, you give everyone, yeah, it's like, okay, this is not bad at all. And it really is not a hard, it's kind of one of those games that fits that category of easy to learn, a little thinkier to master. You can learn it quickly and then try a little bit of strategy here and there, but it really doesn't take a lot, really. I mean, you just have, in fact, I have all the 2 2s in here, so you have this many choices. This is a round. Once these are gone, you're done. Or actually, once the mortals that are in the pile are gone, it's the end of the round, and you continue with the next round. So it's a very quick and easy game. How easy is it to find? It actually is available at, I just checked just before filming, it's available on Amazon, Miniature Market, and miniaturemarket.com and GameNerds.com. I will say one little negative. Miniature Market right now is in the process of moving into a larger warehouse, and because of that, they are very slow in their processing out their orders. I put in an order 3 weeks ago, and I just emailed them this morning asking the status of my order. Game Nerds is much. I ordered something from Game Nerds the same day, and I got it within 4 days. So there's a big difference there. And then, of course, Amazon is Amazon. But the last question is, how easy is it on your pocketbook? And there's a little bit of discrepancy there, a little bit of difference, but not much. I mean, a couple dollars worth. So that's not going to hurt hardly anybody. But on Amazon, it's almost full retail. It's $24.97 right now. Retail is $24.99. So it's at retail. MiniatureMarket.com has it for $23, and Game Nerds has it for $22.50. So it runs between $22.50 and $25. So that's how easy is it on your pocketbook for a very good quality. The cards are a nice finished, nice quality cards, and you're using those cards for every game. So you want them to be nice. The nice thick wooden pieces for the clashometer and for the scoring eyes. So even the board is a very nice thick board. So the quality is pretty good. So there you have it. You got a clue about Campy Creatures just in time for Halloween, or just a good campy fun time. So until next time, God bless you and your family, and happy gaming. Bye. Oh, I moved the light.